Hello, welcome back to Unknown and Talented. I'm your host, Jelan Abrams. And first, I would just like to apologize. I know I haven't posted a lot of individual episodes. I've been so much into getting guests on the show and been so hyped about that. I haven't been able to get myself on the show. So today we're going to change that. And today I want to talk about Investfest. So if you don't know about Investfest is a festival for investing. So if you think about Coachella, you think about Dreamville with J. Cole, is festivals, but it's not sponsored around music. So we're talking about real estate. We're talking about investing in crypto. We're talking about taxes, estate planning, building a clothing brand, building businesses. So that's really what it's about. It was founded by EYL, Troy, and Rashad. So basically, their main thing is to pretty much teach financial literacy. So especially black people, we don't really learn that. Because you just think about like in school, we learn what? Parallelograms, we learn the square root of pi, all these different angles, but we don't learn about money. We don't learn about taxes. We don't learn about saving. We don't learn about investing. So a lot of times, the first time we're hearing this stuff is what UIL is teaching. So he's trying to make this a normal thing because everybody has to do taxes. Who doesn't have to do taxes? Everyone. If you're working, you're doing taxes, but it's something that we're not taught. So he just want to make sure that, they want to make sure that this is stuff that we learn. Some more fun facts about InvestFest. This is the third year. The first year they had 4,000 people in attendance. The second year they had 14,000 people in attendance. And this year they had 20,000 people in attendance. So they just keep on growing and growing and growing. The prices, general admission was about $300. And then VIP was $1,800. For this event this year, they made it bigger than ever. They have, like I said, 20,000 people in attendance. So they had to make sure they showed out with the different speakers. So they had Diddy, Steve Harvey, Earn Your Leisure, of course, 19 Keys, Young Jeezy, Rich Paul, Tabitha Brown. They had, who else? I'm just going through this list. Matthew Garland, he's also one of the people that's on the founders list of InvestFest. Who else? Terrence J, John Sally, Inky Johnson. Man, the list goes on. It was a bunch of different people. They had two different stages. It was like I said, it was a great event. The biggest highlight of the event was definitely Black excellence. We have, two black brothers that are starting this business. They have this thing called InvestFest to pretty much try to help out, us to learn to be financially free, be educated, and we came out to support. 20,000 people. That's amazing. 20,000 people trying to better themselves, trying to network, having businesses. I felt like that was amazing. So seeing that was just like, yo, that's inspiring to do so much because we don't see that a lot. We could definitely see 20,000 people in the audience for sports or in a music event, but 20,000 people actually bettering yourself, trying to get education, to be able to quit your 9-to-5, to build that business that you have. I thought that was great. That was great. Another highlight is definitely the vendor marketplace. So the vendor marketplace was where all the businesses are. So you had ability to pay. I don't know the prices because I didn't even look at the prices, but you pretty much get to pay for a booth. And in your booth, you could sell merch. You can, main people was selling merch, selling their products. Other people were just pretty much promoting their business where, they have a business and they just pretty much promoting it. So it was definitely cool to see. I loved it because I'm trying to find guests for my podcast. So I went there. I was networking like crazy. I was like, hey, my name is Jelan Abrams. What's your name? I actually even got a couple of them to record, a little bit more about themselves so I can put on my Instagram because, what's the point? My thing is to share businesses that are people actually doing, and why not be able to share some love on my Instagram for them? So that was pretty cool. And I also got 7 podcast interviews scheduled. So, I was able to network with so many people and also get people on my podcast, which I love. And then I can't wait to share those stories with y'all as well. Another highlight was definitely the podcast segments. So like I said, in the vendor marketplace, they had all these different black businesses. What they also had is a part where they don't have them on the main stages that they had, but they had people actually recording podcasts, which I thought was dope. So they had B. Simone and Megan Ashley there, Know For Sure podcast, which is pretty cool, where they also had someone there talking about finance. They had Finesse. They had Donnie Wiggins, which was kind of cool as well because Finesse, he's definitely been growing his podcast like crazy. And Donnie Wiggins has a podcast, Social Proof. I actually got a chance to actually meet her and communicate with her for a little bit. And he also had another gentleman named Xavier, Millionaire Mindsets. His podcast was there as well. So that was so cool to see, people recording podcasts and actually getting game there because you're right in front. They had a little bit of seats. I was able to secure a seat and, I was able to really enjoy myself and enjoy those podcasts. And another highlight of the event was just everybody being so social and free to talk. I met so many different entrepreneurs that I look up to, so many different content creators that I look up to, and I was able to have conversations with them. So nobody there was like, yo, don't take pictures, don't talk to me, just trying to be by themselves. They were there to network. They were there to talk to people that look up to them. So I was able to talk to David Shands for a little bit. I was able to talk to Nikki from Deeper Than the Brand. I was able to talk to Inky Johnson. Who else? Like I said, I talked to Donnie Wiggins. Melanin Money, I talked to them as well. Who else? Ash Cash. So I was able to meet all these people and have conversations with them that you probably would never have a chance ever again. When are you going to see a millionaire and then be able to have a conversation with them? I saw people like Safari was there. I saw YK Osiris was there. Who else was there? I can't even think. It was so many people there. And just being able to talk to them, you're never going to really have that chance. So I was just so appreciated that they were there. Oh, I met Mr. 2 Weeks Out, his wife as well, Mrs. 2 Weeks Out. They were there as well. But it was just so cool to be able to talk to so many people that weren't scared to have conversation. They weren't saying, oh, no, I'm too famous to do this. They were there. And it was like you have that opportunity to talk to them and meet them. I think that was great. But now I got to talk about the lows, what I did not like about this event. The food was trash. The food was absolutely trash. I don't know why so basically so I could kind of like, so you can visualize it. So when you walk in, there's going to have, different, they had the first event space, second event space, vendor market space, all the way down. They had the food trucks and food hall. They said food trucks. I didn't see any food trucks, but then they had a little food hall. Everything in there was bad. I honestly just got Papa John's to be on the safe side. I don't know what kind of cheese they used on that pizza, but it didn't taste like Papa John's pizza. And I was like, this is nasty. My girlfriend was with me as well. She had some rice and chicken teriyaki. She hated it. So I give the food 1 out of 10. Trash. Very disappointed. But I came home and then found out that they had food trucks. So like I said, the sign said food trucks, but it was a hall full of food, but it wasn't food trucks. So then later on, I saw videos of people outside with the food trucks. And I'm like, where was that at? I was so confused. I was kind of upset. They had macaroni and cheese. They had barbecue chicken. Man, I was upset because what I had was trash. It was there for 2 days. So it was terrible. But it is what it is. But for me, my point of view, the food was trash, 1 out of 10. If you listen to somebody else that has a recap of it, they might have given it a better score. But what I experienced, the food was terrible. But they did have some smoothies that were pretty good, and they did have like some cashews, peanuts that were pretty good. That was like on more, not in the food hall, but more closer to like the actual event spaces. So that was cool. But yeah, for the most part, I would say, I like them smoothies. So I'll probably give it a 2 out of 10. Everything else was trash. Another low, general admission. General admission, yes, you only got to pay $300 compared to VIP, which is $18. Get the VIP. The experience is way better when you get that VIP. General admission, the first day, I couldn't even hear nothing. You're in that big auditorium with everybody there. You can't hear nothing. VIP, they get the seats right in the front, and then like they got like a little blocked off little barrier, and then they have everybody else in general admission. And general admission, people are one person's using 3 seats, so you can't even get as close as you want because people got their bags, their purses. Oh, somebody's sitting here, and now you got to sit all the way in the back, and the echo in the room was horrible. So honestly, I couldn't learn anything. Honestly, I was in the vendor marketplace most of the time because every time I was in the big auditorium, I couldn't hear anything. And I'm like, this defeats the purpose of even trying to get that knowledge. So what I would say is definitely get VIP. I know it's a lot of money, 18 is a lot. Price might even go up next year because who knows how big it's gonna be. But I would definitely say get VIP. Not only are you able to learn that knowledge closer to everything, they also had a VIP night on Friday. So the event was 3 days. Friday they had the vendor marketplace open, and then they had like a VIP after that, where you were able to, they had different events where it's just VIP only. So you kind of miss out on that entire experience by not being VIP. And then, like I said, the Saturday and Sunday VIP, you're all, super close to everything and you're cool that way. So I would definitely say get VIP, because not only are you getting the knowledge better, you're around those people that putting that money up, that's serious about it. If you're putting that much money into it, you're super serious about this topic and you got money. You know what I mean? Like, you're not just willy-nilly. You actually got money to invest and you're serious about what you're doing. So to get in the same rooms with those people and network with those people, that's great. That's great. So definitely, I would say if you ever go to any kind of event, always get the VIP. I know it's expensive. For me, like, I couldn't afford it. Honestly, I couldn't afford it at this time. But, that's for motivation for next time. Like, yo, I got to get myself together. So next time I go to VIP, because I had a great experience in networking. I mean, I met a good, at least 50,000, not 50,000. I met at least 50 people and exchanged like Instagram stuff with them. At least, probably I'm on the low end, but at least 50 people that I met. And like I said, I got people to be on my podcast as well. But how many more quality people would I have met if I went to VIP? Because like I already unfollowed people that didn't follow me back. I'm like, all right, you didn't follow me back. All right, you out of here. You know what I mean? So I think the quality people that you would have met and actually have those relationships with people in VIP would have been way better for me. So I just know for next time, just put that money up. You're going to meet the quality people, and then I might have had more than 7 people to be on my podcast because I was already going to get the vendor people, but then I would have the people in VIP, and who knows what they do. So I definitely say get VIP. Overall, I think Investfest was a great experience. Me, when I first started, I was nervous. Like that Saturday that I went, I was still talking to people, introducing myself to people, but I was nervous. Sunday, I was way more open and able to talk to as many people as I can. But if you ever try to go to these networking events, what I would say is, yes, go for the knowledge, but also make sure you're very intentional about your networking. You're intentional about who you're meeting, how many people you're meeting, because you got to get out your box. Like my thing, the first day I probably met probably 10 people, probably 20, 10 or 20 people. And the next day I probably met like I said, probably 30 or probably even more. I don't know. I kind of didn't keep track, but I just made sure I met a lot of people at that event, because you never know. You never know who you can meet. They could be your next business partner. So definitely when you go to events like this, make sure you're open to networking, not just trying to stay to yourself, because you could have just bought the live stream. If you just wanted the information, you could have stayed home, bought the live stream. You don't have to actually go to the event. Going to the event, you're networking with people like-minded, and you could build something special that way. So definitely don't be afraid of networking, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people that are there were afraid as well. So just introduce yourself, and you never know who you can meet. What would I do different? Like I said, I would get the VIP if I can afford it. Make sure I go to all 3 days, because like I said, they did have a Friday where you have like the vendors there, and like I said, all the people that you wanted to meet was in that vendor marketplace, like everybody. So if somebody wanted a stage, they came back to the vendor marketplaces to support the black businesses. You got an opportunity to meet millionaires and communicate with millionaires. So I would definitely say go to that marketplace probably that Friday, get there Friday, and just, even though it's just a free part, talk to them on Friday. And then I kind of got my nervousness out the way on Friday. So Saturday, Sunday, I would have been killing it, So I'll definitely say make sure to go all days, even the days, like I said, it's not no speakers on Friday, but make sure you go to all days. And what else would I do differently? I don't know. It's not many things I would have done differently. I think everything I would have done, I would have kept it the same, but I messed up. Okay. So I was talking to one vendor, and like I said, I was pretty much interviewing most of the vendors there, just giving them a mic and recording, and they just pretty much saying a one little minute, 30 seconds about their business. And this one guy named Cabral, shout out to him, he was selling frames for glasses. Pretty much said the same thing to him, just pretty much, I want you to talk about your business about 30 seconds to a minute. My girlfriend was holding the camera, and he decided to get his chair. He got his chair, he sat down, And I'm like, all right, this is an interview. So I started asking him questions. We went off about 10 minutes. It was a great interview. I was like, this is fire, because I've never done an in-person video with somebody I didn't know. Everybody I don't know, I've seen online. So this is the first time I had an in-person video with somebody I didn't know, which was pretty cool to do, and I definitely appreciated him doing it. But yeah, I walked away from that very excited. And the vendor marketplace is super loud. You know what I mean? The vendor marketplace is super loud. So I had my mic. So I was like, man, you know what? I know I got everything, because you know what I'm saying. It's loud in there, but I got my mic. So I was very happy. I walked away, and I tried to listen to it back, because I'm just so excited. Like, yo, this is the fire. So I'm listening to it back in the vendor marketplace, and I can't hear anything because the music is loud. I'm just like, bro, I can't hear nothing. So I was like, you know what? Let me go to a quiet room. I was about to go talk to a couple more people, and I'm like, nah, let me get to a quiet room, because I know this is some heat. I'm just so excited. I really want to know how this thing came out. So I'm in the hallway playing it back. What's going on here? Make sure my volume is up. Volume all the way up. Press play again. Nothing. I don't know what happened. It didn't record. It didn't record any of the audio. So I'm seeing it's clear as day. Us talking, us laughing, having a great time. It didn't record any of the audio. I was so hurt. Y'all. I mean, 10 minutes. Like, my first ever in-person interview with somebody I didn't know. Because I definitely had in-person interviews. I don't want to say I didn't, but that's the first person I didn't know. And I think it went really good. I was so proud of myself. I had questions ready, and it was, improv. Like, I just met the guy, and now I got these questions that just flying in my head, right away. And I was just like, yo, I'm killing it, right? You know what I mean? I'm just like, I'm so hyped at this moment. And then just being at that high and now coming all the way back down, I was hurt. I mean, I was so hurt. I didn't know what to do. Like, I was so hurt, because just, y'all don't understand, like, being at a high like that, and just, being so proud of yourself. Like, yeah, you did it. Like, you're moving in the right direction. And then you go all the way to the bottom, because I was just like, at that moment, I was like, yo, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, I'm going to go sit in the auditorium, even though I can't hear anything. I'm not doing this anymore, because you try everything, you make sure you have everything right. You got your camera, you got your mic. You put an investment in it, and my girlfriend's holding the camera that's super heavy for like 10 minutes. And I'm just like, yo, it didn't work out. And I was just so hurt. One thing I learned, though, is don't let a mistake define you. Because it was okay. Like, I didn't get it, but the thing about it, I'm going to have to do that again one day. I'm happy that I got the experience. I didn't actually was able to see the experience, but you still had the experience. It was still a successful experience. It didn't turn out how you wanted it, but it was still a successful experience. And what I learned from that experience is like, yo, it's okay. Dust it off. After that, I ended up getting 3 more short interviews for my podcast. And I learned from that mistake, like, yo, make sure it's recorded. Make sure everything is going good. Do a test record before you do it. But don't let that one mistake describe you. Like, it's okay. Bad things happen to good people. It don't matter your intentions, how good you want everything to go. Bad things do happen. It's how you're going to recover from that. That's the answer. What are you going to do after something bad? Oh gosh. After something bad happens to you, what are you going to do? It's a test. How bad do you want it? You can quit. Quitting is the easiest thing in the world. Quitting is the easiest. I could quit this podcast right now. That's easy. Setting this up, setting my lights up, setting my mic up, making sure I'm in focus. And I don't even know, I might not even be in focus right now. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? I'm going to still put this out, and I'm going to learn, like, yo, next time I'll make sure I'm in focus. But don't let that mistake define you. Learn from it. Keep moving. I think I'm saying this thing 3 times in a row already. I don't even know. But yo, I'm going to say it again. It's 4 times in a row. Yo, don't let the mistake define you. Learn from it. Keep moving. If you really want this, you're going to make mistakes. That's part of life. You're always going to make mistakes. Nobody on here is perfect. But Are you going to keep going after you make the mistakes? Are you going to be discouraged to try again? That's when the test comes. Most people that have successful businesses had businesses that failed, and they learned from those businesses and they ended up being successful. It's okay to fail, but you got to get up and do it again. Enough of that. I'm done on my speech. But back to Investfest. Should you go? I say yes. It doesn't matter if you work a 9 to 5. It doesn't matter if you have no idea of thinking about even being an entrepreneur. I think you should go because you're thinking about financial literacy. You're thinking about how to better prep your money. They didn't only talk about businesses. They talked about estate planning. Might have to get life insurance you never thought about. You might have to get a trust, a will. It's so many things that they talked about in that. It's so many things that they talked about there. Anybody that's making money or wants to make money needs to go to. So I'll definitely say next year go. If you didn't go, and if you did go and you didn't see me, yo, hit me up. What's up? Like, come on now. But yeah, I say go. And make sure you get VIP. So if you go, you're going to see me next year in VIP. I promise y'all that. I don't care how much it's going to cost. If it costs $5,000, I might be in general admission, but hopefully it don't cost $5,000. But that's all, man. Like I said, Investfest was a great experience for me. My first time ever going. I learned so much. And I'm just ready to take over the world after that. But I appreciate y'all listening. If y'all watching, if y'all listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, make sure y'all rate the podcast at least a 5. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. If you're watching on YouTube, like the video, leave a comment, subscribe. Let me know how I did. If I sucked, let me know. I don't mind. Listen, I don't care about hate. Hate means you paid attention. That's what it means. Somebody that says, oh, this is so fire. They could type that in the first 2 seconds. Hate means you listening. Hate means you actually paying attention, which I appreciate that. So keep showing the hate. Cause that means y'all the real ones that's true. Y'all just spreading love, giving the fire emoji. Show that hate. Let me know I suck. You know what I'm saying? I'll make sure I do better next time, just for y'all. All right. But again, my name is Jelan Abrams. This is Unknown and Talented. And we are out of here.